Hey, it's Meelah, and you are chilling with Media Spotlight UK.
Nadia Jae here, Media Spotlight UK, and I'm talking to 1/3 of the R&B sensational group. It's Meelah. Hi, from 702. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Well, you know, we're obviously going to go right into about you being solo artist now and the rest of it. We've already discussed that we're petite crew. We've done our little opening, but we're going to get straight into the questions.
The 5-footers.
Yeah, that's right. How excited are you about performing on your own in the UK anyway, this side of the water?
I'm very excited. I don't think I've performed as a solo artist since my 702 days.
That's it. I was just
so I'm real. Last time I performed, with 702 anyway, like Top of the Pops was still around.
Oh my gosh,
so you know how long ago that was, right?
Oh, I could do with a bit Top of the Pops.
Yeah, I missed that show.
So
I was just asking about it, and somebody was like, "Oh, that's been gone."
Yeah, that's been gone.
I was like, "Oh, I'm an old lady." But yeah, no, I'm really excited. I mean, just to have people that are still interested really makes me feel good. I mean, I've been getting a lot of, receptiveness, and everybody's been like super cool and happy. Good. And it seems like everybody's been waiting. I mean, of course, 702 will always be, the brand and the group, and I'm sure all the 702 fans are gonna always ask, is there gonna be a reunion?
I know.
But like, I've been getting a lot of love on my own as well, so I'm really happy about that.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Me too.
We're going to talk about the success of the group because I know you guys are originally from Nevada, Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, the girls
and
are
702. Yeah, the girls are from Texas, but 702 was the area code.
Correct.
And then you guys met at Performing Arts School, so you already knew you wanted to be in the industry, because there are some people that are like, no, I just fell into singing.
Right.
Like, I just...
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't fall into it. My mom had me singing everything imaginable from the age of 7, of course, from church to
gospel.
Oh my goodness, singing at weddings, and she put me in like fashion shows and anything local, bar mitzvahs if I had a Jewish friend. I'm singing at it. She had me singing at every local talent show and the national anthem, all the little track meets. So yeah, from like first grade, I was definitely on the mic.
And I mean, that would have propelled you into what was about to happen.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to discuss this bit of information that I found out, that you guys were obviously trying to get a deal and all the rest of it. And you were apparently, Sinbad discovered you, the comedian and the actor.
Yes. Well,
talk to me about that.
I wasn't around when that happened. But from what I've been told, yes, the girls were, I think, singing at one of the famous Las Vegas hotels. I think it was the Caesar's Palace.
Yes.
And Sinbad was there. They kind of like auditioned for him, and he was like, "Oh, y'all are really talented. You should go to I think it was the Jack the Rapper convention. It used to be held in Atlanta, this big music convention that a lot of undiscovered talent would go to to get discovered." So they followed his advice and went, and then I think that's where Michael Bivins, the legendary Michael Bivins of New Edition and BBD, saw them sing, heard them sing. They, I guess, kind of did the whole thing they did with Sinbad and auditioned. And then from there, Michael signed them to Biv 10. As time went on, however, he wanted to change the group and just kind of bring in, some different voices and kind of just remix the group, if you will. Right. And then lo and behold, being that the girls and I went to the same school, they told me, well, hey, we're switching up the group a little bit. We're having auditions. I auditioned. And I went through a series of auditions, though.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't like overnight.
Okay, it's a lot. So it's like literally, like all the reality TV shows that we see with all the stages. You literally went through that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Looking back, it definitely still all happened super fast.
Okay.
But yeah, I had to dance and oh my gosh, and work out with them. And, I mean, it was just a whole bunch of stuff to see if I looked right with them. And all this was before Michael Bivins even got to see me. So then they had to prep me to go see the boss.
Absolutely.
And then I saw Mike and auditioned, and then he
and the rest is history.
The rest is history. It went from a quartet to a trio.
I want to talk about the first album, no doubt. It went to #1. You had Missy Elliott co-writing 4 of the songs. I want to talk about Steelo. Do you remember, like, the video? Sometimes, obviously, as a fan, I watch the videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, like the basketball and you're outside and stuff.
Oh, you do remember
I
that.
really do.
Outside.
I was a proper fan and all the rest of it.
We were in New York City, actually. It's so funny. Everybody thinks that 702, well, back then everybody thought we were from New York.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's because we shot the video in New York on the Brooklyn Bridge, and Mike had us like tomboyed out with all of the jerseys.
Loved it. And that's everything.
He's a basketball fanatic, so we had the Biv 10 jerseys, and oh my gosh, yes, that was a beautiful day in Brooklyn. It was really fun. But after that video, I don't know, were the rest of them shot in New York? I can't. You know what? I think No,
So you
Get
know,
It Together was in LA, but No Doubt
What
was New York as well, and we just had fun. That's when videos like
were
relevant.
It was like, have you seen? I've heard the song, but have you seen the video though? Because if you hadn't seen the
Exactly.
video, it was nothing. Do you know what else I wanted to mention? Steelo, the word itself. Like obviously we're this side of the water, UK.
You know, it's so funny. I never knew what it meant. I just was singing it.
What does Steelo? I knew it was okay. It must be about where the guy is,
right?
And, you know, his swag. I guess is what we call
being
it
a little square girl from Vegas at the time. Like I was clueless. Missy came up with the word. Now I don't know if she actually like made it up or if it was already kind of like something out there on the East Coast. It was basically like swag now. It's like our modern day swag.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was just making sure. I needed to clear that up.
Yes.
Get It Together. You guys had so much chart hit top 10 hits.
Thank you.
You know, working with Missy. I mean, how was you know, every time I think of like Beat Me 911, you guys were like constantly there. But afterwards as well, you did do some vocals for her on Takeaway, didn't you? With Genuine on her album, and you kind of moved away from the group in that sense. And then what I wanted to ask you about the second album and coming back with the girls, did you guys feel like you had such a long time coming back with Where My Girl's At? You kind of turned into women, literally.
Yeah.
Was there pressure, because we're coming up to 2000 now, 1999, was there pressure now to go from that tomboy swag to actually we're women, we need to be taken more seriously?
I think so. I think the transition was definitely, I don't know that it was difficult, but I think it was noticeable that needed to take place. Our first album, we didn't really have a lot of style.
It didn't look it though.
Oh my goodness. When I look back at those outfits now, I'm like, sheesh. But you know, I think they wanted to definitely make it clear that we had grown up. We had progressed and evolved into young ladies, and that's why with Where My Girl's At, you saw we kind of were doing the whole trendsetter war paint on the eyes and the
black leather bellies out. It was all going on.
Oh, we did show a little midriff.
Yeah, it was good times when midriff was allowed to be shown.
Right, because for the most part, we were fully covered. But I think, at the time of the first album, we were still kind of like teenagers.
Yeah, you were. And most of your fans were too, so we were growing up with you guys.
Yeah.
What made you then decide, you guys parted ways? When did you decide, right, Meelah, I need to take myself seriously. I still want to sing. It's still there. How, pursuing yourself as a solo artist.
Right.
What was the transition like for you?
Well, I think after, like I said before, I started so young with just, having the love and the passion for music and for singing. So, of course, having the blessing of being a part of 702 definitely made me feel like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So once 702 unfortunately, disbanded and went through whatever, I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to stop because that's all I ever knew. And that was I've just always been so passionate about it. But I did take a little break to just kind of figure out what I wanted to do as a solo artist, how I wanted to present myself, who I was as a solo artist, who I was as an individual, period, as a young lady. Because when you're in a group, you kind of lose, I think, sight of yourself. You're just kind of like glued at the hip with with your bandmates. And you have to be one sound, body, mind, and soul. So I think I had to definitely transition and try to figure out, like, before I presented myself to the world, have a one-on-one with Meelah. Like, okay, you want to do this, but who are you? What do you want to record? What do you want to sound like? Is it like, a continuation of 702? What do you want to talk about? So I had to take a moment, but I knew I knew I wanted to keep trying. I knew I didn't want to give up.
And I was going to say, you're a mommy now.
I am
Things
a mommy
have all
now.
Changed. And
yeah, so now I have stuff to really sing about, life.
There we go. It just naturally evolves, doesn't it, realistically? What can fans expect from you? Like you said, you've come from 702. You're so heavily R&B influenced, and R&B then and now is
so different.
Completely.
So different.
So what about the content of your music now and the sound and stuff like that?
In general, I definitely still want to give the 702 fans what they fell in love with our group, which I do think is a sound that I heavily contributed to. So I'm still going to give you, the R&B, the soul, and a bit of pop as well. Nice. My gospel roots are just what they are. They'll always be there. But I love all types of music, and I always have.
Everything's so multi-genre now.
Yeah, everything is a little bit of a gumbo, if you will. And I feel like I'm definitely going to tap into a little bit of that. On my album, I do want to have a little bit of something for everybody to enjoy. But I don't want it to be, so unrecognizable that it's just kind of like intimidating for my 702 followers and fans, and that they're just like, okay, never mind. So it's still gonna be, I think you're gonna see an evolution of Meelah for sure.
And then we want to talk about TV.
Okay.
Just a little bit. So RnB Divas,
Yep.
Atlanta,
Yes.
and also I want to talk about this children's album.
Okay, yes.
That you
I
released.
love
Let's do
that project.
let's do the TV first. What made
Okay.
you decide? Because lots. I'm pretty sure maybe 10 years ago, if you'd been approached about something like that, you'd be like, "What, please?"
Yeah.
Now, what changed? What made you want to get involved? Are you enjoying it?
Well, even 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't have taken it as seriously because being that I am a mommy now, it's definitely like, oh yeah, sure, anything for the babies.
Yeah.
But you look at things like way different when you're a mom. You just like everybody's kids, you just fall in love with. Well, maybe not everybody's, but you know what I'm saying.
Most.
Right. You just have a different sensitivity. But I mean, music is music. So I would have still probably been just as excited because it would have been a challenge because it would have been a different type of project. And that's kind of why I signed on and wanted to do it because I thought, hey, I've never tried that. It's a different a different direction, and I'm up for challenges. I'm open to doing and trying new things. So I was like, sure, why not? How hard can it be? But honestly, I was scared out of my mind. I didn't know how the heck it was going to turn out because I knew we weren't trying to do like a Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Of course.
And I had to come up with 9 original songs.
Awesome.
And I mean, you'd think, oh, how hard can a kid's song be? And I don't think it's necessarily hard, but I do feel like what we created is very different and very genius. I don't know if you've heard the project, but it's so different.
And it is so. I was so overwhelmed. I was like, wow, a children's album, like.
But it's like with R&B beats,
Yeah,
but
the content obviously,
yes, that's suitable for kids because unfortunately these days, our babies don't really have a lot to listen to on the radio other than like. Shake it.
Yeah, exactly. Guilty.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really incredible. It's called We Are Different, and it's on iTunes. And I think the fact that it's for children, it's timeless.
Yeah.
It'll never be outdated. I'm very proud of it. I am.
I'm excited.
And my son loves it. So.
Oh, good. You've got number one fan who loves
exactly.
it. Absolutely. And then, so TV and stuff like that. Are you getting into acting? Do you want to? Or is
I
it
do
just
want to. Usually singing and acting go hand in hand. And I went to a performing arts high school, so I took musical theater and all of that. And 702, if you blinked, you probably missed us. But we had a few cameos on a few sitcoms. And Moesha, Sister.
Oh my gosh, you're taking me right back.
Way back, right?
A bit of Nickelodeon did you guys do as well?
Yes.
Keenan and Kel?
We did Keenan and Kel show and the theme show for Cousin Skeeter.
Yes.
All I Want was like the
the
leading song for the.
But you reworded, didn't they change the
Good
words
Burger.
of it?
They did. It was instead of Steelo, it was Skeeter.
Oh my gosh. Meelah's taking me down memory lane,
Yes, remember those days, right?
I do.
Yeah,
I miss
so
good old
of course, I
Nickelodeon.
definitely want to. I know, right? It's different now.
Yeah,
But I do want to definitely, get into some acting.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to ask you 3 really random questions now.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, we're getting random. I'm just only 3, not like really bad ones, but I just want to know. So, first one, if you could have one of these 2 powers, so just the one, which would it be? To read minds or to be invisible?
Shucks. Only one of them?
Only one, exactly. So you can't be
That's
greedy.
a hard one. I think I'd like to read minds.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think I would if I could have a turn off button.
Right? Because I
That
think
would work.
eventually
It's like,
your
please
feelings
stop
will
talking.
definitely, I think, get hurt.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone want to talk to
I
me.
know.
Like,
Because
I
some
what you're
people are
thinking.
like,
I know what you're thinking.
blatantly honest and the harsh truth. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
kinda hurts.
Second question. If you was a rapper, what would your stage name be?
It's so funny. I used to want to rap when
Oh
I was
my
younger.
God.
Girl,
So
I thought I was
did
a rapper. Like, who doesn't? It's like, doesn't have an alter
Everyone
as a
has
rapper?
got this name. You must
What was
have
my
one.
name? Oh, I think I had a name, too. I don't know. Right now, today, I would call myself Young Meelah. Y-U-N-G. Young
That's
Meelah.
it. Young Meelah.
Young
YG.
Meezy.
Yeah, Young Meezy. You heard it here first, okay? Last question.
Yep.
2 elevators. One has a big old box of snakes.
Oh, Lord.
The other one, Miley Cyrus. Which one are you getting into?
What the homegirl Miley? What you mean? She cool as a fan.
And you
She
you're
all
a
right
rapper
with me.
anyway. So you can go in
Exactly.
there and make a song. No
Young
problem.
Miley, Young Meelah. Let's do it.
That's
Eminem.
it. Where can we find you on Twitter, Facebook, all the rest of it?
Everything these days, right?
Mhm.
Twitter.
And website, of course.
What are we missing? Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. They're all actually It's Meelah. It's all the same.
Perfect.
ITSMEELAH. Right? I try to make it
That
easy
is
for
so
everybody.
easy. But you know what I
It's
love
Meelah.
about the website? It's like MEE, like you playing on your name. So it's like
Yes.
about me. So you get it, right? It's Meelah, like
Yeah, it's a lot of MEE in there.
MEELAH.
Yeah. Mhm.
So it's all the same.
But the website is the same as well.
Perfect.
It's Meelah. Yes.
Amazing.
Yep.
Thank
Follow
you.
me, please. Thanks. And I respond to all my fans.
Millionaires.
That's right.
Millionaires.
#millionaires. I always say hello to you guys. If you talk to me, I'll hit you back.